Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Happy pre-Friday.
Happy Free Friday. I can't believe it's almost Friday.
I know, I know. Um, okay, well, hello everyone out there. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please do us a huge favor. Please like our video. Please subscribe to our video if you're not already a subscriber and hit that notification bell. And if you like what you see, please tell your friends and have them come into the zone with you. Um, we are going over today. Oh my God, what hot mess. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 1, Episode 9, Hip Hop and Heartbreak. I was
I was.
chatting with Black Lavender earlier.
hmm
This episode was so stupid. It was such a hot mess
But what? Why was it the best episode of the season so far, though? I was
because
entertained.
it delivered.
I was. It was. I really kind of laughed through the whole thing. I really did. Poor Whitney. Poor Whitney. Poor Whitney.
I think she's going to have to learn how to cause the mess without it all splattering back on her.
I
But
was. I was like. I was with her with the talking to Jen. But I'm like, wrong place, Whitney. Wrong place. And you're drunk. Yeah.
I
Nothing's
wasn't
become
with
well.
her on talking to Jen about that. If Mary had said that Meredith and Lisa were saying that they were scared of Jen, I forgive me for the pun, but I wouldn't have taken that as the gospel. If anything, I would have approached Meredith and Lisa first and asked them if they said it.
Well, I think the impetus was the fact that Whitney felt bad because she felt she wasn't a good friend to Mary when it came to Jen. So that was the first point. The second point was when Meredith and Lisa got brought up. So
Mm.
that's why I was here for her having a conversation with Jen, not at the party,
Yeah.
but I was there for the conversation about how she felt about how Whitney felt about Jen treating Mary poorly. The whole Meredith and Lisa thing, she should just left that alone. That had nothing to do with her.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just crazy. But I'm jumping ahead. How
hmm
about you welcome everybody in the room and then I'll read the summary, a quick summary of what happened in the episode, and then we can go into different parts that we liked or hated.
Hey Black Lavender, hey Willow, hey Cooch, hey Tony, good to see you guys. Who else came in? Hey Ebony, good to see you as always. So I think that's it for now. I think people are filing in as we go.
Cool. Alrighty. So a quick summary of this episode. At the beginning, we see the various wives doing family activities or whatever. Jen is planning her husband's big surprise party, which is the theme hip hop and golf.
hmm
Okay. Um, we see a FaceTime between Mary and her husband, who's away checking on one of their homes. Heather holds a Galentine Day gathering for her girls, and this is the first time we see her ex-husband.
hmm
We see Mary meeting with Whitney at her home, where she drops that bomb on what is being said. Um, it seems like Meredith and Seth are well on their way to reconnecting as a couple. Um, Whitney visits our girl Sarah to get advice on the
Love Sarah.
situation. Why was
Love
she
Sarah.
not included in this cast? I just don't understand.
There's an article
Um,
about that.
oh, okay. Um, Lisa has a family outing, so they're trying to hold true to their goal of trying to create more time as a family unit, which is
hmm
nice.
Yes.
And then we get to Jen has the surprise party for her husband Sharif, and all the mess that happens during that. So, okay, what do you want to dig into first?
I kind of want to talk about first. Let's just talk get Sarah out the way because like hearing her story, like your third marriage. Why was I'm like, why didn't we get you on the show? Oh my goodness! I'm like, no, we need this third marriage. You've known
Yeah.
Whitney since high school. You're excommunicated. Like you left the Mormon Church as well. Not sure if she's excommunicated, but maybe she.
She
But she was
has to
divorced.
be if she's on marriage 3.
Well, depends. Well, I think with excommunication depends on like how you. If there's no adultery, you're not really excommunicated. You're just kind of ostracized. So that's the main difference. That's why Whitney's
Uh,
excommunicated and Heather's not. Heather's just ostracized. They're like, okay, you're not there anymore. So yeah,
oh
we
my
just don't talk.
God.
We just don't talk to you.
We don't talk about you.
We don't talk about you. And like she just like was so she just seemed so cool. I'm like, oh, I wish you were on the show. But what for an article I read, um, let me just double check it. My apologies.
This was so cute, Gina. Sarah buys soft mats for the help while washing dishes. Yes, it's so true. Okay,
So
Jen
yeah,
was a
what?
hot mama on this
Mhm.
episode. Mm.
So what it was is like apparently Sarah was part of a white ultra right wing kind of group or something, and given the climate of the situation, they just felt she would not be the best person to have on the show right now. So it was
Mm.
basically her, I guess, extreme political views, from what I understand. I'm trying to find that article, but I would have loved to see her on the show though.
Mm-mm.
But she gave some good advice though. So I was like,
She did, but she didn't see. You know what? I don't know if it was because she had more highlights in her hair that first episode that we saw her, but I didn't recognize her at first. Maybe it's because she was sober. I don't know.
exactly.
But yeah, she did give good advice. You could tell that they have a real friendship, which I appreciated. I Dag, she had to be affiliated with a right wing thing.
That's what I
Darn,
recall reading.
she would have been so good for
She
this
would have been.
show.
Oh, okay. Let me link this in. So this is from Tamara Titles. This is from back in February, and it says Meet the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
And here's who's listed. It is Lisa Barlow, Meredith Marks, Jen Shaw, Sarah MacArthur Pierce, Whitney Rose, and that was it. So that rumor was true.
Mm. Sarah MacArthur Pierce, so she only has 2 of her 3 married names?
I guess.
Oh my god. Eating apples and pecans like regular food. Yeah, I thought that was a strange snack. But that's just me. Oh my god. Okay, but yeah, I just really wish that she was on this. It's just a shame that that's the
She's
reason why
good.
they cut her. Yeah, she is good. She is good. And she works well with Whitney. What else do we want to dig into? Let me ask you something.
Go
I
ahead.
saw something really strange. Remember when Jen was planning the birthday party with a female assistant? Did you see on
Yes.
her nightstand how many like cough medicines and crap she had on there?
Right. I was kind of peeped at too.
I'm just wondering, is she on like something else other than an emotional trip? My God. Okay, what did you make
Yeah,
of
she's very something's going on there.
mm, what did you make of the Galentine celebration and what were your impressions of Mr. Gay?
He was interesting. He kind of thought what I thought he would be, kind of like neither here nor there. Popular because his family and his money. He's exactly what I pictured him to be. I can see why like him and Heather didn't work out. But the whole thing with um him being mad at her for not changing like the christening or the bait whatever, and he's just like, "Fine, I'll move on this week." I'm like, "Excuse me."
Mhm. Mm-mm. But uh, he seems okay. I agree with you. He's not what I expected. I didn't expect somebody so normal. Like she built him up to be like this godlike figure,
Oh, that's because of his
and he
family. Yeah, yeah,
he just looked like below average. He didn't age very well. Um, but he seemed pretty cool. Like
yeah.
when
He seemed
she
cool.
one of the daughters said she wanted to get a second earring, he was like, "Oh, I have no problem with that." But then in her confessional, she's like, "Okay, we went to a movie and something happened that he didn't like. We had to get up and leave, and because I didn't go along with it, he withheld what sex." And
Yeah, I was like,
oh,
"What?"
he's that strict. And the reason why he left her was because she wouldn't change the baptism date
Right,
to accommodate his sister.
right.
What? Okay. That's an unusual excuse, but okay, if you
But
believe that.
he just seems so cool. But you can see
Mhm.
where things can go wrong with their personalities. Like they'll be like two people who could be like could be good friends in real life, but not together. They couldn't be a couple.
Mhm.
So I like them. I like them co-parenting.
Right.
I like them
They seem to
co-parenting.
have a good vibe.
Right.
Um I think Heather should ask Sarah how she got over all of her divorces so that she can speed up her process. Um, but I do get it. Like, if it's ingrained from you from birth that basically all you were meant to do was to have a
Mhm.
family, get married, have family,
Mhm.
have children, and then your partner walks away from you, I can get where she's coming from, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
been quite a few years. Speed up that process, girl. Ugh.
Yeah. But I think she just really. I mean, but I get why she's taking her time because I think that's all her world was, and
Mhm.
when it basically kind of crumbled, like she lost her whole world. So she's getting there, but it's gonna take her some time. So I'm gonna give her. I'm going. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do for Heather. I'm gonna give you the rest of this season. But if you come back season 2, I'm gonna need you to be over this. That's what I'm doing for Heather.
Agreed.
That's what I'm doing for
Agreed.
Heather.
Okay. We'll give her a pass for now. Get it all out of her system this
Mm-hmm.
season. Then next season, come back, I don't know, high holy whore or something.
Like go to Vegas a couple
Um
weekends a month. I'm just saying.
okay, so we see Mary having that FaceTime with her husband who's away, checking on one of their properties. First of all, her little joke about her grandmother leaving all of her businesses, all her churches, all her homes, including her husband to her. I thought that was kind of tacky.
It was tacky by a laugh, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That I'm not gonna
It
do. I'm
was
not gonna sit here and lie to
kind
you.
of
I laughed.
tacky. um, what did you think about the pictures of the various homes? It was like about four or
Seven,
five of them.
seven,
7.
6 or 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you think?
I was like, go marry. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and judge. Like, just
The churches, the mortgage finance company,
the
the
restaurants.
businesses, the restaurants, the homes. That's a lot.
Yeah,
She got everything.
yeah.
Okay, so then we walk into her closet with a huge mess everywhere. Like Whitney hit it on the head. Like she's a hoarder.
A high end hoarder.
Yeah. How does she sleep in all of that clutter?
I didn't know how she did it. And I'm like,
But
ma'am.
was that her bedroom or
Yes,
was it? Uh, oh,
but I honestly I can't see her and her husband sleeping in that room. I just can't.
I don't see her and her husband sleeping together.
True, but I could see that being her spare room just for herself. But I don't see them sleeping together in that room.
Me
Just can't see.
neither.
So she doesn't seem to be the type of woman to want anything on her Chanel. If you get my drift.
Mm. I don't know. I don't know. It was just very odd. And it was at this meeting with Heather that Mary plants. No, let me rephrase that. Mary says that she's spoken with Meredith and Lisa, and they've told her that they're scared of Jen. And that's why they're not like coming to bat for her in this situation because she's upset.
Mm-hmm.
She's upset that sorry. Hold on. First, she tells her husband. She discusses it with her husband. Then, when Whitney comes over, she tells her about her discussions with Meredith and Lisa. I,
Mm-hmm.
if you're feeling ostracized from the group, why tell lies to make it worse?
True. That's why I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I need to see them all together and see how they all interact together because right now you have he said, she said. So making like you said, making up a lie would make no sense. It would just further divide you and make Jen mad, even more mad.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't make sense for her to lie.
I think she's trying too hard to get camera time after she's burnt bridges. She should have been concerned about camera time when she said that Jen smelled like hospital and then didn't really apologize for it.
Well, the thing is though, is like she was initially filmed as a friend, so camera time shouldn't have been that important, really.
But her ultimate goal, remember, all her families come out against her, and her ultimate
Okay,
goal is like to be on a reality
reality
show.
show, got it,
So if you're at first cast as just a friend of the show, you're gonna try to do what you can to
gotcha.
get promoted.
Makes
I
makes
don't know,
sense. No, no, no,
but
I got you. I got
but
you. I'm completely understood.
after seeing that room though, I go back to her church. Like, if I was a parishioner and you just dogged me out because I didn't give you a nice enough present or something
What?
and called me cheap or poor or whatever, or said I couldn't read or something. Um, and I see up in your room and you got a 20,000 square foot house. I'm really re examining if I'm even going back to your church
Right.
or if I'm ever contributing to anything ever again. How is this possible?
Like all those clothes, the house, the homes. I mean, the businesses. I mean, I would be kind of off put by her just seeing everything she had because she probably like you can see she wears designer clothes all the time, but you're not thinking too much of it. But then
Hmm.
when you see it when you see everything she has on TV, you're gonna feel some sort of way.
The excess is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
I want to know what charitable things her church is doing.
call Cameron, figure out how she got her garage going.
And did she admit that she has a shopping problem?
Yeah, yes, she
That's not
did.
a good thing either.
She's have a
That's
little
not a
bit of a
good
shopping
thing.
problem. I was like, okay,
Okay, so I love the part with Meredith and Seth, like finding their way back to each other. But of course, you
yeah.
have Brooks just with his little sly remarks all the time. I
Hmm.
think he needs to remove himself from that relationship.
Yeah, there's no need for you to be there. You're grown.
Yeah, yeah. And don't worry about what they're doing in the bedroom above you.
Work on your clothing line. Get them tracksuits right.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
But I think it's sweet that they're like how lovey-dovey they are. But you know what this leads me to think? Were they ever split up for real in the first place?
Well, they've done this before, though. That's the thing. They split up before, so I don't think this is nothing new to them. They've had issues in their marriage before.
I did like what Meredith said. She said, in the past, when they split, they always came back together for the sake of the children. But this time, they've removed the children from the situation because I guess they're grown now.
Hmm.
And they are actually fighting for their marriage for themselves as a couple and as individuals. And I think this time, if they do it
Hmm.
right, it can actually work. So
Right.
hopefully, this will be the last um, separation.
I
Hopefully.
think I was with them on this one because when people like get married because of having a child or stay
Hmm.
together because of children, it's not a good situation. Just only because like you're not really doing it for you. You're doing it
Hmm.
for someone else.
Yeah.
Which, if things go bad and you stay, it's like you become resentful of the person you're with because you feel like you're stuck. Versus what they're doing, which I enjoy. They're like, we're really not staying to get trying this out because of our children. This is really because of us. I'm like, love that. So keep on that track. I want Brooks to go somewhere. I really, really want him to go somewhere. I want him to go to was it FITM, the Fashion Institute? Go talk to them
Hmm.
people. Like, audition for Project Runway. Go do something. Leave your parents
Hmm.
alone.
Okay. And Dark Lily has a good point here. Maybe they like breaking up and making up.
That is a good point.
Maybe it's a thing with them.
Maybe it's like the way to keep them still spicy.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Brooks. Ew. Ew.
Yeah, he's too
um,
involved. Like, if you give your parents a soulmates, leave them be. Let them figure it out. Support them when
okay.
needed.
Remember at the beginning, um, we were like going through each of the housewives and we were saying like we really like I haven't really gotten to know, you know, let's see which ones. Um, Meredith, Lisa, um yeah, well, I just think everything about Jen is fake. But Meredith and Lisa weren't really opening up to us. I think Meredith is opening up a bit more now that she's letting Seth back in.
Hmm.
Um, and then now it's all down to Lisa. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think I know anything about her. And then she goes and does another product placement again with the kids and their idea for a men's grooming line, lone wolf or
Right.
howling wolf or
Fresh wolf.
whatever wolf it is,
Fresh wolf.
fresh wolf. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I gave her a pass during Sundance. I gave her a pass
Hmm.
then. But all she does every episode is push one of her products that nobody can find anywhere.
Stop it. Be nice.
I'm trying to
Be
be,
nice.
but I don't know who Lisa is other than being a product placement.
Well, they have a website.
I don't care about a website. I could go and Jimmy rig a website by this evening, and you're still not going
This
to
is
know
this looks
what I
legit
am.
though.
What, the
Right.
howling wolf
She's
thing?
you could tell she's the fresh wolf. With her, here's the thing. I think she's trying to be the new Bethany Frankel. Because Bethany was good for like advertising her product, all that good stuff. But Bethany let us into her life, like the
Mhm.
real. You know what I mean? I feel with
Mhm.
Lisa, it's like a kind of a shell, and she's not really giving us the what we want. Like now, her husband's giving us what we want, the honesty. Like I'm going to need you to stop working so much. Like this is what we need to do. I get more from him and the kids than I get from her. It's like she's so driven that she forgets to be like show us the real person. But part of her personality is that she wants to be perfect. Like she wants to be the perfect Mormon, blah 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 blah. So I have to keep that in my mind that she's really trying to be something that probably is unattainable.
Okay, so she wants to be the perfect Mormon, but yet when
Hmm.
she asks her kid if he wants something to eat, he goes, "I'll have some cereal because I'm not in the mood for microwave hot dog."
That was
Ew,
hilarious.
that's what
But
she
she said
feel
she
is
don't
a
cook though.
meal.
She said that. But she said, remember episode one. She said I don't cook. Remember they drove to Wendy's, then drove to
Okay, but
like
if you don't
Sonics.
cook, don't offer to prepare something for your kid.
Oh, I think she meant her version of prepare.
Run out to the drive-through. Oh my God. I
Right,
swear,
right.
Uber Eats must do
Oh
a
my
mint
goodness.
on them or something. Oh my Lord.
Exactly. Okay, speaking of that, can we go back to Seth and Meredith and Brooks? How did they get that
Mhm.
food so fast?
Oh yeah.
Because he had
That
just
must be
ordered it, and then
amazing.
she was going to the door like, "I'll be right back." I'm like, "How y'all do that? Were they waiting outside for your food? What's going on?"
Well,
Oh,
that's probably a slip up in editing, but yeah, nobody delivers that fast. No one.
yeah, it has to be.
No
Yeah, I
one.
was laughing. I was like, "How you do that?"
Okay, so let's get to the meaty part of this episode. It's
Hmm.
the big surprise birthday party night. And I thought it was really nice how she put all this together for her husband. You know, she got 150 of their friends to come to this event. That's amazing. She really wanted to honor him. You know, the place was all decorated, great food, all these pictures of him around the space. And I guess it's like two things that he really loves, hip hop and golf. But did you see he when he thought he was going to Popeyes to get a shrimp poor boy? He was so happy. Like
He
I
was
feel like he's
juiced.
one of these people that you don't need to do a lot to make him happy. He's very simple. And I just thought that
Yes,
that was so cute.
I was kind of with him though. I got the shrimp po' boy and some chicken strips and the biscuits, of course, and some red beans and rice. I was with him. Y'all don't. I mean, hey, like it's the simple. I'm telling. Like I said yesterday, men, we simple. We don't need much.
Oh my
We don't need
gosh.
much. Good food. I'm telling you, good
Oh.
food. Cardio 3 times a week. We're good. We okay. We simple.
So they're driving along and she's giving him the directions and he really thinks he's going to Popeyes. She tells him, "No, turn here." And he goes, "But we're to go to Popeyes?" She goes, "Yeah, we're going this direction." He's like, "Okay." He makes all the turns
Right.
and she goes, "No, we're going to play golf. Is that okay?" Again, he's super happy. He doesn't care. She's like, "Do you want to invite some of your
Right.
friends?" No. Nope. Just go to play golf.
Hmm.
So simple, so happy. He doesn't care. He's just with his wife and they're going to play golf, maybe go and get some Popeyes later. He's happy. They go in,
Hmm.
they do the big surprise, and everybody's dressed like hip hop. She takes off her fuzzy coat and she has on her Beyonce outfit. Of course, he's already dressed like Run DMC. I thought it
Right.
was so cute, so hysterical. And did you see the moves on the dance floor? I thought it
Yeah,
was
I
really
was like,
nice. He had his team, she had hers. I thought it was
I
good.
wish they just didn't dance. That was
Look,
bad.
I'm not going to criticize that, and here's why. They were just having fun. It like they don't have to be professionals. I think they were just having fun in the moment. I'm not going to criticize them for that.
I mean, you can have fun in the moment, but you can
Mhm.
do it right. I'm only speaking this way because I was in a hip hop dance troupe for about 10 years. So like coming from that direction, I'm like, Had Jen got a group of her girls and then a little single ladies, yes, that would have been hot. That would have been cute.
Right, but they didn't prepare and they were trying to get into the theme of the
Right.
party. And so it
The
looked like
fun.
Sharif was like issuing the dare to her. It looked like that at first because it was him, Heather,
It
and
was fun.
Whitney that approached them first. Like they came out first, and I didn't know he had those moves in him, honestly. I thought it was good. I
It
just
was
liked
fun. They had a
I
good
liked
time
him.
until well later.
I liked him having fun. I liked him dancing. I liked him socializing with his friends. This was a great party
Yeah.
until
Until I mean,
until can you teach can you teach Whitney how to do an Ashley? Because you keep on saying
I mean
that
she
she's the Ashley Darby, but she effed this up.
yeah, she oh Whitney Bookins. I think if Whitney weren't drunk, it would have been more palatable. Because a sober Whitney, she's coming like, you know what, Jen, I can tell you blah 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 blah. I just like or being like, this is what so and so said. But when she's drunk, it's like, no, you just take away from it. It just to me, being drunk takes away from it.
I
Cause
don't
like,
know. Okay,
wrong time, wrong place.
what was her oh, like what was she trying to accomplish? Was she trying to like tell Jen that people were talking about her, or trying to bring Jen and Mary back together, or trying to tell Meredith what Jen is saying? Like it was just too much news to drop, too many people to piss off, and you weren't getting your like me right now. You're not using your words effectively to get what you want across
Mm.
to it was just a mess. And then it set off
I
Jen
just
so
like
that
when Heather
she had a
jumped in and said, like, you
meltdown.
know what?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying, like, I like when Heather was like, look, when you take it to like, look, Jen, this is what they saying behind your back. I was like, good job, Heather, good job. And when he was like, Heather, I had it handled. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you
I'm like,
didn't.
no, you didn't. Go on, Heather. Heather's just like, look, this is what's going on.
Honestly, this ruined the episode for me because I don't know what it accomplished except putting more divides between
Hmm.
the women. Like it was so botched.
She just didn't. She was drunk, and when you're drunk, you don't communicate effectively. Because when she's sober, she communicates very well. But her having to be drunk to say what she had to say just kind of lends credence to what she was saying about how the ladies feel about Jen. Because I'm like, okay, you like Jen, but you're scared of her. I mean, I could see the other ladies um, being a little bit fearful about not of her, but of her reactions. And they have said they don't like her reactions. That they like her potential reactions give them pause because you think back to Whitney's party where Jen blew up. They're like, we're not trying to deal with all that. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Heather went with Whitney. So
Mm-hmm.
that to me that makes sense. But the problem is that Jen didn't react well to what she had to say. So she was basically got mad and she decided to be messy and spill all the beans
Oh my God, I'm
about
making face
Jen
now.
talking about Meredith's marriage.
I again, and I agree with you and Jen. It wasn't the right time or place. Like, especially with a volatile um, individual like Jen, I wouldn't have done that at anybody's party.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, Sharif's party. Eh. Um, I just think it went off the rails. I don't understand what she was trying to accomplish with it. It just ruined the whole episode with me. And then Jen freaking out. It was way overboard, uncalled for, unnecessary. Um, then someone was screaming, "This isn't about Mary. This isn't about Mary." And she's only screaming about Mary. Like, there
Hmm.
was the lack of communication completely. Oh, you got it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it
Um,
was just. Go ahead.
no, no, no. Go ahead, go, go.
It was just more. I was just more like, no, don't do it, because I was like, you're already Whitney, you're frustrated, so just leave it there. Just leave your frustration there. But then when she threw out the stuff about this marriage, I was like, yep, there it goes,
The only one
complete
that
calamity.
handled anything in that situation appropriately was Meredith.
Yeah,
That's it. Okay,
yeah.
we've
She's like,
got a
I'm not
bloggy
doing
in
this.
the back. Do you want to bring her up?
Of course,
Okay. Do you have anything to say about
Bobby.
your most hated
Hated
show?
show. Actually, this week we got a little bit better. Now, I was happy. I only watched the last 10 minutes because I forgot it was on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, ooh, I gotta go watch the episode. It was boring to the last 15 minutes. But here's the bottom line. They are scared of Jen. And I don't know why they're acting like they're not. They are.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate
No,
that.
they're scared of Jen. And Jen has a very, I don't want to say bully because I feel at a certain age we need to stop saying people are being bullied. I think she's,
Agreed.
you know, domineering, very, just very high school. Everything has to go Jen's way. It's Jen's way or the highway. And when it's not Jen's way, she, acts up a bit.
But wait, I have a question for
Yep.
both of you. Are these women scared of Jen herself, or are they scared of her volatile reactions?
I think it's more the reactions that they get.
I think it's both because Jen is one of those people who, when she's your friend, it's great because she throws fabulous parties. She's probably one of the best gift givers. She's a lot of fun to hang out with. She probably gets you into things that you normally wouldn't get into. She probably knows pseudo celebrities because her husband's a coach. She probably gets invited to these awesome parties in LA and New York. She probably knows a few designers and they have a very user relationship as friends. So yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. I can go with that. I can definitely see that perspective.
Yeah, it does make sense. But again, why? These are grown women, like not even 20-year-olds. These is grown ass women. And all Jen does is temper tantrums. I think on this particular thing, I'm with Meredith. I would just disengage because, like the 2-year-old toddler throwing a fit at the target, you just walk away.
I don't think that's true because even like in my late 20s, like I definitely still have friends like Jen who are very much like high school didn't change. It just got amplified, even at
Mm-hmm.
work. There's always the person who's the life of the
So,
party.
mm-hmm.
And if you cross that person, everybody else in the workplace was going to out you. It doesn't change.
See,
I can agree with that with the work situation though, because it happens.
mm-hmm.
You have your clicks, and whether we admit it or not, when one click doesn't like another click, you automatically don't like them.
Exactly. It happens in work. People are super competitive. It happens if you're like, I don't know if you play like any sports, like adult sports teams. It happens there too. It's like if competition is there, it's going to happen. So I don't regret that.
Hmm.
The issue too with Jen is Jen is a little mixed bag, you know? Because, I mean, that party, what was that? What was that party?
I
Golf
don't
and hip
know.
hop.
Yeah, it was a weird combination, but if it's what he likes and she mashed the themes together. The party is for him. And at least this time she remembered that, unlike the last birthday party that she gave, it was all about her. So I was just grateful that she remembered the party was for her husband.
Agreed.
Okay, first of all, we have this thing called Google now. I'm gonna need people to use it.
Why? What happened?
Nobody was dressed. It was wasn't that an early 90s hip hop party? What
Yes.
the hell were they wearing?
Well, I didn't know what Lisa was wearing.
Yeah.
Brooks picked out Meredith's outfit, so I'm just gonna skip over that.
Can we talk about Jen and that flat booty again? Like, I can't with it. I need her.
She has an odd shape from her breast to her knees. It's very.
I was just looking at her butt. I was like, oh, I can't with it. I really can't. Like, and I hate to be this rude, but like, I like a bouncy butt, and I didn't realize that until I saw Jen's.
Wait, did anybody like her doing the worm? I was surprised, but yet again, much like the Housewives of Dallas, I thought that one of her breasts was going to explode.
That was my concern. I was like, should you be doing that?
Yeah, I was afraid a hip would come out. I was like, oh. You know, like, because the older you get, you can't do the same things when you were younger. You know? Sometimes when you hit...
No.
How old do you think she is? 40 what?
She's in her 40s.
5.
Like 45-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen got thick hips
no.
and a booty
She's
in
over 40.
training.
She's over...
No, she doesn't. What thick hips? What?
No, Jen's closer to 50.
She is?
Oh, Ebony says 48. Thanks, Ebony.
Yeah,
that makes sense
Okay.
because you're not supposed to have sex.
But anyways, now, did you see? Remember last week I told you the men were having the cheating talk, the cheating round table.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now all we gotta confirm is Lisa's, because Jen, check. Meredith, check.
So you think that those two husbands have cheated or are cheating? What do you think about Whitney's husband? Because it seems like they're into a lot of stuff. Is it permissible cheating, or like the two of them together dipping and doing it?
I believe the swinger comment. I stand by that only because she got really, really offended when Lisa said they were swingers, and she got super like defensive. I'm like, well, if it's not true, you wouldn't be that defensive. That's just in my opinion.
Can we go to Brooks a minute? Mm-hmm. What is wrong with his confessional look?
Do we have to?
No, that confessional look.
His hair was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
He's trying. Okay. He's trying. What are they holding? Yes. A snowflake? He's trying to get a snowflake.
Oh my gosh, but no.
Well, wait a minute. Ablavi, I have to ask you this question because I made a note of it and I just saw it. In Mary's beautiful up-to-date kitchen, when she was getting ready for Whitney to come over, I want your opinion on the boots.
Woo! Can we before we talk about the boots, can we talk about the white looking chairs right at the door, at either side of the door? What the heck was that?
In the bedroom closet?
No, remember when she first stepped in?
Oh, where you have to put on the booties.
Yeah. I'm gonna need her to stop with the Party City attire. I'm gonna need her to stop with the Party City DUI attire. I'm gonna need her to stop. Because the booties, she got that from the hospital. She's not slick. And then did you see all those houses? I was looking at all of them. I was like, all of them look dated. You know, I tell you, being a preacher is the job to be. What she got, 4 or 5 houses? But onto the boots. Mary looks sickly to me. And I don't know what it is about her. And it's not just because she's thin. It's something about the way the clothes fit. Everything fits baggy on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if she just is not buying the right size. Nothing looks tailored. The boots
Mhm.
look like Liberace cousin Liberace's Walmart cousins boots. They were so
Stormtroopers.
hideous.
They look like stormtrooper boots to
It was
me.
just
They were just,
with her being so
oh.
petite. Sorry, her being so petite, she has to have her clothes tailored, or she should have her clothes tailored, because they're not going to fit her correctly.
But don't forget, she wears layer upon layer. So
Hmm.
if you're layering up,
Mm,
nothing's ever gonna look better than a bag lady. I'm
true.
sorry. Like you could have the best clothes in the world. I'm sure she has
Hmm.
access to them. But for some reason, when she puts them on, they just look horrible.
But you know what? The boots probably would have looked cute on somebody else. I think Mary, first of all, she needs to get a weave, a better weave, because that I'm sorry, the wig, Mary, the wig. Shake that wig a few times.
Did it move during the scene though? Like during their editing? Did you find that her hair was off?
Yeah.
Watching her in the few little scenes that she's given each episode is just so questionable and so diabolical. I just
Everything she
can't get
wears
her.
is hideous. I mean, I thought that Sultan from Beverly Hills was the tackiest woman, but nope. Mary takes the cake. Everything is tacky. Then she started fake crying. Again, no tears came down, but she was crying about not going to Jen's party. And it's like, y'all don't like each other. And Mary's kind of an a hole. And I don't think she realizes how much of an a hole she is.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, Mary
I agree
lacks the
with you.
self awareness, and what annoyed
Mhm.
me was the fact I could understand you feeling left out, but again, you need to understand why you were left out, and you shouldn't be crying. You shouldn't be crying about it. That's just me.
Mary needs another wig, and Mary needs a wig. Yeah, Mary needs another wig. Mary needs um Mary needs to stop putting on foundation so light. Oh my gosh. Mary
What do you
needs to stop.
mean?
Like even though she's bleached her skin, if you look at her face and her neck, it's two different colors.
Oh.
She needs and
I think
she's
somebody else
something
mentioned that too.
and she has the net. See, this is the thing because I have that thing too with my skin. When you have really bright lights, it just washes you away.
Mhm.
So Mary needs to really watch what she wears and really watches how her makeup customize things. And then I what I really don't like about Mary is that niece of hers that she got working for her and how she be looking on screen. It is really bothering me because it is a stereotype with black people the way she looks and it's really bothering me with Mary because Mary knows what she's doing. I won't get into it, but Mary knows what she's doing with that woman. She got that woman with those moo and all those ugly things on her. Mary really needs to stop it.
I don't think Mary's doing herself any favors in this season. I really don't. I know she was supposed to be a friend, but then replaced Sarah because Sarah had her own issues. But I'm beginning to lose faith in this franchise, quite honestly.
It was boring. I mean, let's like who waits 9 episodes to have something happen? Because Jen showed you another side to her at that party. Why did she get so mad about that? I was like, Jen is the type of person I don't like. Jen talks about behind your back and Kiki's with everybody. Then when she comes to your face, she's like, I didn't say that. I don't like that.
Her volatile reactions to what I thought was a simple conversation. I don't deal well with those personalities. That's why I think I understood Meredith the
Mm.
best in this whole scenario where she's like, I'm not discussing this and I think it's time for me to go. That would have been me. Exit stage left. Um, I'm not going to get involved in somebody who's carrying on like a fool, throwing glasses and screaming her head off. Just not. And I'm not going to stand up for some drunk person like Whitney to be asking me questions about my business. Just not.
But
And
why?
Heather cut and run. That was the best part of it.
Abort.
She started it and she cut and run.
But this is the issue again, and this is something I can't stand. But I've met people like later in life that are like this. I'm not of that belief because my friend doesn't like somebody, then I don't like them either, and I'm not going to talk to them. Like I'm not 12, and I don't understand why she got so mad. And then Meredith didn't deny what was happening. No, those are just my lashes. Meredith just denied what was happening because we know she's cheating on her husband. We know she's getting something, and we know that Jen is too. So I don't understand why Jen will start it. Then Whitney's just the easy one to blame it on because Whitney's really, I don't want to say weak, but she doesn't like confrontation.
Well, she started a lot of confrontation last night.
No, but see, Whitney was put in this situation by Mary because Mary is conniving. Whitney, she knows that she doesn't want to seem like because Mary's gonna go when they all are together and tell Jen, oh well, Whitney was talking shit about you. You know how that goes.
I don't know. I think her judgment on where she was gonna talk to Jen about this was wrong. Just because it was the husband's, like, you might not like Jen or what she says, but it was his party after all. And you know what Jen gives. Why?
But Jen should.
It was production.
No, I'm sorry. That was not needed. How she was, cursing up, tearing up. Get me out of here. They start this on my husband's birthday. Yada yada yada. It's like.
But that's what Jen does, though. She gets mad, she yells, she starts boohooing, and she storms out. That's like what Jen does, though. So that wasn't shocking to me. I'm like, but I did hold hope that she would act better since she was hosting the party for her husband. I was like, I expected better of you in this situation.
Why would you? She was hosting the party for Meredith's birthday, and she behaved like a scallywag there. Like, why would you have any hope of Jen, Meredith, 9 episodes in, to behave better?
Because that was Meredith's party. This is her husband. This is someone she's trying to reconnect to. This is someone she's trying to reel in. And
she has
do some
no
shenanigans.
social graces whatsoever.
Well, Meredith and Lisa. I'm sorry, we don't need both of them. They give nothing. Even when they were like twins. Oh, and then when they were having the conversation of, oh, your husband didn't come? No, he's with the boys. Is he with
mine is too? Both of them.
With the boys?
Oh my God.
Is that what we talking to say? It's time with the boys?
Oh my God. I don't know. The episode wasn't that great for me. It was just the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think you could hold my attention with one character always overreacting over dumb mess.
Well, no. What's going to be interesting is when they have a reunion, because Jen likes talking so much flack in her confessionals, and so does Heather. So I can't wait until they call upon them in the reunion.
And so
I think
next week,
I think the reunion is gonna be better than the season.
Of course, but you know who else? Lisa has a problem with Whitney, and I can't wait till that comes to head.
They'll probably drag that out to the reunion as well, because a lot of Whitney's, a lot of Lisa's comments are said in her confessionals, not really, because she doesn't get into any confrontations with these women during the normal show, but she has a lot to say during her confessional, so they're going to drag that out to the reunion as well.
And they don't have a trip.
It's only like what 10. It's only like 10 episodes, so they don't get a trip.
Why not?
Why?
Because
That's so
normally
weird.
the trips happen mid-season. Mid-season is typically episode 10 or 11, but that's all they have. So why send them on a trip mid-season, like episode 5? It would make no sense.
But they were filming so
That makes
long for this series, and they didn't incorporate not one trip. And they were filming way before COVID. That's odd.
Yeah, I think what it is more. I still think it's just a fact. Like it's only 10 or 11 episodes. Where are they gonna go? I mean, why spend unnecessary money on them if they're not gonna work?
But they don't shoot enough together, in my opinion. All the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like the group scenes.
Yeah, like they don't have those crazy dinner parties. A dinner party is usually where it gets started.
They start off with was that a
Oh.
was that a Met Gala lunch? Was that a luncheon?
That was a lunch, yeah. That was a lunch.
Right. That was their dinner party. I'm hoping to get. I agree with you, Blob. I'd like to see more dinner parties next season.
They've
And
had more parties and not dinner parties.
but they
Right. They have
don't
a
go to each
party
other's
parties.
house that much. It's weird because like what do they do all day? Like you don't really see their businesses, the scams. You don't really see them with their children. Whitney should really invest in a strip club. I think she would be a lot happier. And that way, she'll have some money coming in.
I think Heather, we've seen the most of her business,
Mhm.
the most of her kids. She even included the ex-husband. Like we've seen the most into Heather, but it seems like we're not seeing anything because no one else is doing that.
Well, you know what I heard? I heard the streets was telling me that Whitney's her stepchildren are like she's 34, her stepson is I think 27, and she's like a step grandmother.
I think she said that. I think she
And
said that she's a step grandma.
and I hear his kids do not like her.
Oh,
I
but
can
remember,
see that.
Whitney just made the wall though.
Mm-hmm.
But Whitney just made the wall though. Remember, like we have her husband
Oh,
with his
at the
ex-wife,
in-laws.
and
Yeah.
then her husband, and then another picture. What was the third picture?
The picture's the ex-wife and the new husband.
Yeah.
The
And I
ex-wife
think
and the
that's
new
the
husband.
only
Thank you.
reason why Whitney got in was because I think her name is Stacy. They put up
Stacey, yeah.
Stacy's picture with her new husband, so they had to bring in Whitney.
Why are they putting up their ex-daughter-in-law? What is that?
Well, they never really took down Stacy and
Never.
what's his name? I don't even know. Jason? No.
Justin.
They never took down Stacy and Justin's picture.
Can Heather's storyline doesn't make sense to me, right?
Uh-huh.
Is she trying to say her ex-husband is gay? Because I'm not getting it.
I don't know. Did she?
No.
I swear that he was in a relationship earlier in the season. Like somebody had said that he was in a relationship early, or he left her for another woman. Isn't that it?
No, but then she said he left her because of the scene in Scary Movie. And he said he wasn't going to be with anybody on Valentine's Day. So
yeah, it confused me a little bit because I thought he was already in a relationship and she was the one who hadn't moved on. But if he's by himself in a hot tub and she's at home wishing for black peen, I don't understand the two of them.
I mean, listen, the oldest daughter is getting it, right? The oldest
the one
daughter
with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Aww.
But the thing we have to realize what Heather said.
Go ahead.
With Heather, she said she married him. He checked all the boxes. He was over 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
He was Mormon royalty, and he was rich. That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
So
she did say that.
As she got older, she just basically kind of realized like this ain't gonna work.
But she keeps on making comments about how he's not pleasing in bed. how he wasn't attentive, how he like she keeps making comments that he doesn't like vagina. So I'm not understanding. Is he, hey girl, hey, or am I just reading it wrong?
Maybe they just weren't sexually compatible because although he might have been over 6 feet tall, he might have been lacking in other areas that Heather needs deep irrigation in.
But she wouldn't know because she was holy when she got married, and so she didn't know how deep the plumber man can get.
Yeah, but if you just there and you do two little juk 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 and two little drips come out and you're just like, oh, even a virgin know what's going on down there, what's happening.
But it's so you just think he's not pleasing to her.
Correct, because I don't think they were compatible from the beginning. Like she said, right after they got married, she knew it wasn't going to work. So it had to be not only like personality wise not meshing, but also sexually, they weren't meshing either. Yeah, he managed to put 3 kids on her, but that could have been pre-ejaculate. You never know.
But wouldn't that make? But then wouldn't that make him? How you doing?
I think she laid there and took it, and she did her Mormon duty.
But 3, she couldn't have
3?
stopped at 1.
No. Do they allow birth control? I don't know.
But she wanted kids
She was
though.
probably
She
trying
wanted
for a boy
oh, that's
to
a gift.
carry on the gay name. Is that might be important to
But
them?
I don't think he's an only child.
I
And
don't
we don't
know.
even know if he's the first child. But she makes these little comments about him, and I'm like, I wonder, you know?
I'm gonna pay attention again and see if I pick up on that. Because I just find that she, like Jamal said, I'm gonna give her this season
Mm-hmm.
to whine and moan about this marriage that has been done for years. And next season, I expect to see a brand new Heather come out of her shell and kick this to the curb.
But why does she want the black peen now? You think she was watching porn?
I think she just wants to explore a lot of options.
But she said exclusively, like that's what she likes.
Maybe she thinks that they got something better. I don't know. So far, she likes it. She liked Curtis.
Mm. And she like it young. I mean, she could go to Belize. Right? Never mind. Let me stop.
Look,
Go to Belize.
as long as she's given options, I think that's what Heather wants. Heather wants to be able to pick and choose for the first time in her life and not feel like she owes an explanation to anybody else.
But you know what? That new girl who was supposed to be on the show but wasn't. She and Whitney must be real interesting because I don't know if you caught it. She said she's on her 3rd husband. I said,
Mm-hmm.
3rd husband?
Yeah. That's all we're like, why is she on the show?
Yep. Living right across the street from the tabernacle.
I just think that I want the woman with the fabulous house who that Whitney's husband's party was at. I need her.
Oh yeah, the lady that owns the club.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She would be interesting.
Because even the houses. Have you noticed we only see a living room and we've only seen Mary's awful. Well, we've seen Heather's awful kitchen too. Does Heather live in a townhouse? Her house seems so tight.
It does seem tight, but I have a feeling that Heather is cautious with her money because she might have a lot of her money tied up in her business. Because don't forget, right now she's building this bigger facility. So she's trying to build a legacy for her kids, even though they're very well taken care of. But I think it's important to her to invest in something that is solely hers. So she's not going to go for the big monstrosity of a house if she could build a business that can give her an income.
I think this season I was hoping this episode was the season finale, but maybe next episode will be better.
next episode, we have Jen throwing another tantrum and wetting up the production's equipment. Um, I don't understand how the party ruined her marriage, but I guess that will be explained next episode.
I'm hoping the cheating crew will come together and confess the sins.
Who's the cheating crew? The husbands? Seth and John? No, not John. Who you said was cheating?
Lisa allegedly could have a side man too. What does she want so much? I mean, like, granted, I love my business too, but I thought it was a little weird she didn't answer the phone for the kids, because what if one of the kids had been in the hospital?
I thought that was weird as well. You should be able to make allowance for if you're busy. Yes, this is the one time of the year that you are busy, you have a babysitter for your kids, but if the babysitter is calling you, take 2 minutes to answer the phone, or at least call back, something.
She just is hiding something. Lisa's hiding something, and we're gonna get to the bottom of that.
I doubt it. And even if we did get to the bottom of it, would it be that interesting?
I don't know, but they have to. I mean, we've had 8 or 9 episodes, and we've talked about nothing. I mean, we've seen nobody's business. We've seen nothing. We've just seen Jen plan parties.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen Mary act crazy. I mean, this is like, and then OC is right before it, so it's just like 2 hours of boringness.
I don't watch OC.
I didn't watch OC last night either.
Not doing it. I watched like Johannesburg or Vancouver in that spot. I refuse to watch OC.
Listen, I haven't watched OC. I really haven't been watching TV because it's so boring. But I'm just saying, if you were watching it, like, you got 2 hours of boring.
Oh, I got you.
I just think this show is. I thought it'd be better, to be honest.
I think we all did, because it was new ladies, new city, new everything. So everyone was excited, and they were like, "This is what we get." And then we're really mad because we really like Sarah at the beginning of the season when she was drunk. We're like, we want more of her. Let's see if her. And then, like, she's not on the show, and then we see her now. We're like, why wasn't she on the show? I don't care about her politics. I'm sorry, I just don't. I want to see entertainment.
Why wasn't she on the show?
Because according to an article, allegedly she was part of a extremely right wing group of like right wing group politically. So they felt with the climate of the show being what it is, they didn't want to risk her being on the show.
So they replaced her with Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was the group doing something like crazy?
They never gave it. They just said there was extremely right wing, and that was all they said.
I think that was a good decision, because you know how they've been chewing them up from Monique.
Right.
Even though she's fun, we've seen her in, like, anybody can be great in 4 scenes,
That's true.
Anybody can be great in 4 scenes, but I just think she didn't give enough. Because, like, I don't see the big deal. Like, if you're a Republican, there's plenty of Republicans on Bravo shows.
Yeah. That's Ramona. Oof. Okay, so I think we beat this dead episode to death.
Mm-hmm.
What is on today? Southern Charm?
I'm not doing it. It's boring.
I'm gonna take a peek at it.
I can't
see. Just to see
I watched the OWN show. It was cute.
The Bell Collective?
The Bell Collective?
Okay. I have it lined up in my queue, but I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. I'll probably do that today just to see what it's about.
But yeah, it's like, television is really boring, but regular television is coming back soon, so I'm like, hallelujah.
I think Jamal and I were talking the other day. New Jersey is coming back as well. Do you ever watch Jersey? Housewives of New Jersey?
I I haven't. Oh, growing up hip hop. That was a good one. I want Love and Hip Hop to come back. I really do. Or Basketball Wives. I need something a little bit more ratchet.
Same here.
Well,
Same
both of them
here.
are coming back.
But
Because mm,
I don't know when. I need something with a little bit more seasoning. Everything on television and reality show is like bland chicken. I need some seasoning in my reality.
Like the fun thing, I think what happened. You know what it is? I'm not sure if you guys will agree, but the reason why we really can't take Bravo right now is because there's no VH1. Because I use it as a balancing tool. I go to VH1 for my just super ratchet trash TV, but then I can go to Bravo. Like, oh, you guys are so well behaved and so nice. Like for me, it was a balancing act.
Mm. You know what I find hilarious?
mhm.
Just because we're being messy again. Now all of a sudden they're with the Kanye West thing saying he is not sleeping with Jeffree Star. I find that fascinating.
Um, it's predictable. Deny, deny, deny.
I really do want a show that's super messy. That's like the gay guys of Hollywood, and they talk about all the men that they slept with who are DL, quote unquote Tyler Perry, allegedly. And
You'll never get it because that's too many lawsuits waiting to
Way too
happen.
many.
I just want something more interesting.
But they
Like,
tried
it's
that years ago, though.
really,
They tried a show like that years ago. It's called The A-List.
remember that show, The Real Side Chicks of Charlotte? Remember they tried that show?
No.
Oh my
The
God.
real side chicks?
The Real Side Chicks of Charlotte. People boycotted them so bad they couldn't make it to television, but it was the real.
Wait, hold up. It is a real show.
Oh my god. Not the real side chicks.
From
Oh.
2017 to 2018.
Yeah,
What channel was this
it didn't
on?
come on. They went around selling it, and people got so upset about it they had to put it on. I think it's on YouTube, but it's called The Real.
It is. It's on Amazon. What the hell?
Oh.
I might have to look at this. Oh
Me
my
too.
God.
The real side chicks?
Yes, it's called The Real Side Chicks of Charlotte.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's just too funny.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was hilarious. It came out like a few years ago, and it is so ratchet too. It has fighting, cursing, love and hip hop before they got security.
Do any of these girls know Peter Thomas? Uncle
I
Ben?
don't know, but it,
Oh.
it is hilarious. If you ever want ratchet television, that's the thing to watch. The Real
Oh
Side
my
Chicks of
goodness.
Charlotte.
Oh, I have to look at this because I mean, just the real side chicks. How does that work?
Zeus is fun too, but Zeus.
Oh,
Zeus is too messy. When you got the production company sleeping with the talent, that never makes for a good movie.
right. Oh.
Yeah, because remember when Little Kim had that show and it was so boring? It was like Little Kim goes on a trip. She should have just went on Love and Hip Hop.
Wait, was it her, Chili, and another person on a boat in the Caribbean or
Yes,
something
it
like
was
that?
her, Chili, Maya, B.
Maya.
Simone, and the guy who married. What's that guy's name? That designer. He's super problematic. Ooh, what's the designer name?
Marc
He's from
Jacobs.
Gmail. Yeah, his fiance was on. Well, now husband.
Ooh.
hmm
Yeah, I ignored that show.
Yeah, the boat thing. It was so boring. I mean, I'm ready for the ratchetness again. I'm ready for people, you know, cutting up, fighting. Not fighting because we don't want to see violence. But I like a good, water splash. You
No,
know,
I like the verbal sparring. Use your words, ladies. Use your words.
I don't believe in using hands, but somebody gets a good water splash, like with Evelyn Lazat. Now that was funny when she went to the girl and said she was talking about her. She took the whole pitcher of water and threw it in her face. Woo!
I don't know. Well, hopefully we'll see something soon. Tomorrow, I guess we're going to be talking a bit about Southern Charm. Now I've got to go and watch Bell Collective, and now The Real Side Chicks of Charlotte. I'm going to take a peek at
I'm really going to watch that.
I'm going to take a peek at it. It looks interesting. I don't know what mess you're sending me to Ablavi.
I didn't tell you to watch it. I just said, I remember when they made that show and they was going around the real side chicks. But they could do that with Bravo. They could do the real side chicks of they could do the real side chicks, Jamal edition.
I don't think we have enough time for that. Oh. Okay. All right. So I think I have some homework to do. Ablavi, as always, thanks for dialing in and for sharing your wonderful opinions. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Wait, what are you watching tomorrow? Is that Johannesburg or no?
Johannesburg, we will release on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing. I'm not doing Southern Charm, so I might not call in because that's not my.
It's okay.
It's not my.
Okay. I just want to see if there's any resolution with Leva and that whole situation and Catherine and all of that.
And I'm also done with Real Housewives of Atlanta.
This is okay. Jamal, again, you said it was the Peach Report, right? Said that episode 1 through 4 were duds and that things pick up in episode 5, right?
Correct.
Sunday is episode 5. If it is not entertaining, this will be my last episode because I didn't watch it last season.
Well, I guess you won't be watching it. We'll be kicking it off the roster.
I'll put it this way. I've actually lost hope at this point.
But Married at First Sight is coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Marrying Millions.
When is Marrying Millions coming back?
Same day as Married at First Sight.
It is the 13th.
They had the specials. They had the specials last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so
next week. Next week, Wednesday.
Okay, so we could. Perfect. Just in time to drop Salt Lake City. Perfect.
All right, my dear. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, Jamal.
Hey.
Any final thoughts for you?
I need to figure out this do not disturb things. I thought I had it and it didn't work, so I'm irritated. But yeah, Salt Lake City. I'm going to give them a pass this season because the first season they're just learning, so I'm giving them a pass. But y'all shouldn't wait till season 9 to episode 9 to give me something. Y'all do better. Do better.
Especially since they had so much time and so much footage. Like, what were these women doing? What was production doing?
You know what? The sad part is, and I just thought about it when you said what you just said. You had all this time and all this footage. If this is the best footage you could show, I'm scared for you.
Yes. I'm scared for this franchise because it doesn't bode well. And again, I think they should get Mama D into casting for all of the franchises.
Yeah.
Because she picked a good one with Tiffany Moon.
Yep. Agreed.
Another showdown.
Yes, another fun showdown.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Of course.
Bye, everybody. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit your notifications and tell a friend. See you next time.